Hey guys, welcome to my video on beginner's tips to Infinity Evolved Skyblock, one of the most difficult mod packs that there is, with over 200 different mods, and it's a single progression line that you really have to follow. These tips should help you make the most out of your first few hours on modded Skyblock. So, my first simple tip is when you set up your cobble generator, to get your second batch of water, you're going to want to use a water bottle and the ex nihilo empty barrels. You can pick up water from your infinite source and put it into the barrel. And as you see, I've turned one water source into a water source and a full bucket of water that then you can use to make clay and the various other things that you use water for. But also, once you finally do get a bucket, you can then pick it up and you have two water sources. But making that bucket will take you a while, and that's kind of how it was designed to be. So there's not much to get around that, other than being able to duplicate it with your simple little glass bottle. So that's my first tip. My second tip is once you have a crucible and you want to start making more lava sources, most people do it with either torches or on top of lava. You should do netherrack. It provides a ×3 multiplier instead of the ×1 that a lava or torch would support. But lighting this on fire is quite difficult in this mod pack. To make a flint and steel, you need to have a full real piece of steel, which you need a blast furnace to create, obviously. Instead, just use a simple fire charge, and it will light your netherrack. I didn't think of this at first, and it took me quite a while to realize that I could easily make a fire charge from the sand and dust sieving that I had been doing. But yeah, that's a simple way to light your netherrack, and it only requires easy to get materials like the gunpowder and blaze powder that you already get from dust. Next, it's a very early game tip to help you create food, is to combine your oak saplings with your apples to get these Pam's Harvest apple saplings. And these are so much more effective for the early game, and I really wish I had known to do it. As you can see, when you place down an oak sapling, it can take quite a lot of bone meal. Well, that one was 3, but we all know that you can use upwards of 10. I've been told that these always do it in 2. There's 1. And let's try 1, 2. Yeah, it's always 2, and these will mature into apples that you can then harvest. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Looks like you can use your bone meal straight on these apples to create harvestable apples. So there's infinite food within seconds of starting your game. Otherwise, you can just click on it when it grows fully, and it will drop an apple and grow a new one. But yeah, there's infinite food within seconds of the game. Once you start to get your automation together, I completely recommend getting a sieve and then an auto sieve, but I would suggest to work on compressed sieve and auto sieve, because they will use the compressed blocks, like the compressed gravel, the compressed sand, and it'll do it 9 times faster to get you those very important resources to start automizing and creating contraptions. And then one of my last tips over here is now the rain started. Most people my next tip will be, instead of using the oak saplings to start making dirt, instead try and get leaves to make dirt. Instead of getting 4 saplings a tree. While using shears, you'll get around 50 to 60 leaves per tree, and it still drops the saplings and the apples, just as it would if you broke the leaves by hand or chopped down the tree fully. In here, getting leaves is the most optimal way to get the most resources out of every tree. So definitely make shears when you can and start making your dirt from the leaves. My last tip for today will be a huge time saver for the larger builds and the more complicated crafting recipes. When hovering over any recipe, compressed cobblestone, hold shift over the question mark related to it, and it'll drag your items from your inventory into the crafting table. And then I just made a full stack of compressed cobblestone in just a second. And I'll show you again just how fast it can be, and there's done. Don't have to drag and drop them into the crafting table. Huge time saver. Hope you guys have enjoyed my beginner's tips for Infinity Evolved Skyblock. I will continue to bring out more tutorials, guides, tips, and both of my survival series on a regular basis. If you guys want more tips, tricks, and interesting content from me, please subscribe. Have a good